Hi everyone, it's Zazu Siosi with your Movement Minute. I'm here today to talk a little bit about your IT band. So, stretching your IT band is something that has been around for a really long time, and there's lots of ways that you can do it, including with a foam roller, including with a strap, and kind of stretching over the midline of your body and including with even your own hands and massaging kind of the side of your thigh. But what a lot of people don't talk about is that the IT band is actually a very, very thick form of connective tissue that exists in your body. And it works because it is attached to a muscle called your tensor fascia lata. For short, we call it the TFL. And that TFL actually attaches to the front part of your pelvis and your hip. And through a musculotendinous junction, or through where the muscle meets the actual connective tissue layer, then it turns into from muscle into the IT band, but they work together. And so numerous research studies have shown now that you can't actually lengthen your IT band. That connective tissue is so tough, and it has to be, right? Because it helps to reinforce the lateral side of your leg and of your knee. It's so tough that with the physical forces that we can impose with our own hands or with our tools, it literally cannot lengthen or stretch out like the term, stretching out your IT band kind of assumes or states. What you can do though is by rolling on a foam roller, massaging with your hands or some other tool, is you can change the input into that tissue. Maybe that tissue is sensitive, and when you roll it or when you stretch it, you help to decrease that sensitivity, which helps to decrease your discomfort, which then helps you move better. So, a little food for thought there, but a little bit deeper down onto how the IT band and the TFL work. Again, the IT band basically is able to pull on your bones to be able to move your leg because of that TFL muscle, which is in the front part of your hip. It does a lot of different functions, and that's why it can be a muscle that is kind of like a go-to muscle if there are some other muscles within the lower extremities that are not working optimally. So when there's, muscles in the lower extremities or really anywhere in the body that are not working optimally, the body is very clever, and it will, without your permission, bring in the troops that are other muscles surrounding the area that needs a little bit of reinforcement or a little bit of help. And so, because of how the TFL and the IT band create, force at the leg and at the hip and at the knee, it tends to be one of those muscle groups that tends to get tapped whenever we need some help. And so a lot of people who like to run or who do a lot of like lower body strengthening, things like that, will tend to have a tight IT band. And I use that in air quotes because we know that the IT band doesn't really deform because of the type of thick fibrous structure that it is. But what does actually respond to either stretching or other types of mobilizing in that tissue, massage, those types of things, is that TFL muscle. So a lot of times you'll see people rolling on the sides of their legs closer to the knee when, if it is, truly an issue with that specific muscle group, that maybe it's been overworked because of other imbalances of other muscle groups in that area, then really where you should be targeting is in the front part of your hip, because that's where the actual muscle tissue that attaches to the IT band, that TFL muscle, exists. So just a little 411 on stretching your IT band. We know through lots of research at this point that we can't actually make your IT band longer than what it is. The length is going to stay the same because of the type of tissue that it is. But what you can do to help yourself out is focus your efforts on that TFL muscle, which is located in the front part of your hip, a little bit off to the side. And that might help to create a difference in tension of the entire muscle connective tissue line there, that might help you be able to move better and feel a little bit better. And remember, regardless whatever you're doing, whether you're rolling with a foam roller, whether you're massaging, getting somebody else to massage that area or that IT band, we're always interacting with the nerves in that area, and we're always changing the stimulus and the sensitivity of those tissues. So maybe it's not because you're stretching that you feel better. Maybe it's because you're changing the input into that area that then is decreasing your sensitivity, that then is helping you feel better. So there are different reasons why different things can be helpful, but it's good to be armed with knowledge, right? Knowledge is power, to be able to help yourself as much as you can, because you want to be as active and as happy and as mobile as you can be. And so knowing how your body works is part of that. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Let me know what you think and reach out if you have any questions. Bye.